It is the winter of 1916. You are buried in a trench along the Eastern Front. Temperatures hit -30. Your fingers are so numb you can barely grip your rifle. The most immediate threat isn't a shell, it's the cold. How do you stay alive when your fire burns out in an hour and the firewood is already ash? The answer leads us back to a piece of engineering that predates this war by centuries: the Russian stove, the pechka. A fire that never truly dies. The pechka evolved across centuries of Russian winters. Brute force, throwing more wood on the fire, is not a strategy. It is attrition. The design that emerged is staggering. Thousands of bricks, weighing thousands of pounds. You light a fire, it burns hot and fast, consumed within 2 hours, but the heat does not escape. It is absorbed into that massive brick body which radiates warmth gently, steadily, for the next 24 hours. One fire, one burn, a home that stays warm all night. Inside the pechka lies a deliberately engineered labyrinth, a series of chambers known as heat bells. When the fire burns, hot gases are forced to wander through a serpentine maze, surrendering heat to the surrounding bricks at every turn. By the time the smoke escapes, it is cool. The result is an efficiency rating of 90 to 95%. In wartime, where every cord of firewood is a strategic asset, that level of efficiency is survival arithmetic. Soldiers could not haul a multi-ton brick structure into a trench. But they could adapt the principle. They packed earth, clay, and salvaged stone around makeshift heating elements. Small stoves, burning barrels, heated rocks, creating thermal buffers that held warmth long after the fire went cold. Smoke discipline became critical. Exhaust was routed through angled channels cut into the earth. Primitive heat bells, born from the desperation to stay warm without being seen. Hypothermia does not announce itself. It creeps in, first the shivering, then silence, then the slow collapse of judgment. A soldier who cannot think clearly cannot survive. Frostbite claimed fingers, toes, and ears in staggering numbers. Heating solutions that sustained warmth through the night without constant fuel were not conveniences. They were medical necessities. The pechka was never just a heater, it was a kitchen and a bakery. When your thermal mass is already radiating warmth, cooking costs almost nothing in additional fuel. Units that maintained even rudimentary cooking capability reported better health and better combat readiness. A warm meal is one of the most powerful tools in any survival kit. Survival was about maintaining every edge. Smoke discipline was inseparable from fire management. Hygiene was a quiet daily battle against lice, trench foot, and dysentery. Dry warmth allowed wet clothing to be dried and wounds treated in tolerable conditions. These were not glamorous acts of heroism. They were really 1,000 small decisions made correctly, one after another, in the dark. The principles that kept men alive on the Eastern Front have not changed. The pechka teaches us that the most powerful survival skill is not strength, not speed. It is actually efficiency, the ability to do more with less. To build systems that work for you while you sleep. The tools change, the terrain changes, but the principle endures. Understand how heat, fire, and thermal mass work, and you will never be truly cold again. Take this with you. Survival is not about how much you have. It's really about how well you understand what you have and you know how to make it last. The Russian stove required no electricity, no fuel tanks, no moving parts, just brick, geometry, and a real respect for the physics of heat. The answers have been here for centuries. We only need to pay attention. Subscribe to Fieldcraft Chronicles. Share this with anyone who values history, self-reliance, and the art of survival. Stay sharp, stay warm, stay ready.